Hi, my name is Carter Collins, and this is my persuasive speech on why I believe that college athletes should not get paid for playing in college. To just start off, I'd like you to think about if you ever played a sport before. Doesn't matter the sport, and doesn't matter the level, whether you've played elementary school, middle school, high school, or even in college. And I want you to think about how much that meant to you playing the sport and how much you truly enjoyed playing it. And if you played in high school, think about, and you wanted to play in college, just think about, you didn't think about going to get money for it. You just want to do it because you liked it. So just keep that in mind while you're thinking about why college athletes shouldn't get paid here. So the main purpose behind my speech is, again, that I don't believe that college athletes should be paid to play actual money in college, because they already get a great opportunity to go to college as well as great scholarships for going to college and playing. My main points that I'm going to be discussing are: athletes receive scholarships and stipends already for playing in college. No other students are paid for extracurriculars. There's paying athletes would cause a divide between bigger and smaller conferences, as well as most athletes attend college to receive a degree to set up their future and better their life. My first point of interest in the scholarship is the scholarship and stipends athletes receive. So I wanted to just kind of show and talk about the amount and impact a full ride scholarship has on people and has on the athletes that are given it. So the fact I found was, of the 224,448 college athletes at the Division 1 and 2 level, because Division 3, like Fontbonne, we don't get scholarships to go and play athletically. It's all because we enjoy the game and we love to play it. Only 110,586 of the 224,000 plus athletes are actually provided full ride scholarships and stipends that cover any extra costs of day-to-day life in only the 6 most popular sports at their universities. So when we think about this, that's less than half of those athletes are going and playing because they enjoy the game, they love the game, and they have a passion for playing it. College athletes are also receiving these full ride scholarships that are worth anywhere between 20 grand to 50 grand per year, because many colleges have a big priority in athletics so as to increase their revenue stream. And these athletes receive even more than just scholarships and stipends. They receive many things like trips to foreign countries, lots of gear, top-notch coaching, as well as a national stage to audition for the next level if that's their dream and that's their motivation. Moving on to the next part of why I believe college athletes shouldn't be paid is the other extracurriculars on campus and the other activities. They don't receive benefits and scholarships like athletes do to do these things on campus. There are a multitude of different extracurricular activities on campus. Some of those include volunteer groups, academic groups, and even student government. All of those are, you choose to do those. You don't receive any benefit for your college besides you're then able to use it and apply it towards your future or put it on a later application or such. People stay in these clubs not because they get anything of physical value from it, but because it is something they enjoy doing and want to be able to use for their future again. My third main point that I'd like to bring up is I wanted to show how this payment, if players were to receive money, would cause a divide between big conferences like Big 12 and the Pac-12 and the Big 10, and smaller conferences like, I think it's like Sunset Athletic Conference, something like that, down in the southeast. But basically, what would happen if you were to pay these players is it would secure top-level recruits would only want to go to these bigger conferences where they would end up receiving more money for playing for these conferences, and it would just create a divide between talent. You'd have these big schools that can pay the big money to these top-level recruits, and then you have these lower, smaller conference schools that would just never get talent and would and basically never again be able to compete with these big conferences, and it would make them more or less irrelevant in the college athletic scene for their own sport. For example, it has already caused a divide in Division I basketball between mid-major schools and the power schools of the Power 5 conferences, which has become more evident with the payment scandals that have come to light in recent years. One of these payment scandals in recent years was with Arizona University. They have been under heat for numerous payment scandals. One certain scandal included an assistant coach offering a top-rated high school prospect $50,000 to come play for the University of Arizona, as well as multiple other scandals that I've seen on social media, reading Twitter, things like that, of even more money for top-level high school recruits to go to these big schools and make it harder for these lower-level, smaller conference schools to even have a chance at recruiting them. My fourth point is talking about why most of these college athletes are even attending college, playing their sport, and that would be to better their future, and it gives them a chance to get a scholarship, get a degree in their field of what they enjoy, what interests them, and being able to apply that to get a job after college. And that's why I believe that athletes should have a higher priority and focus more on the degree and the schooling aspect than the athletic aspect. In the story of, in 2017, Heisman Trophy winner, which is for college football, it's like the number one player out of all the schools in Division I. He gets the Heisman Trophy. The winner was Bryce Love from Stanford University. He skipped the Pac-12 Media Day so he could attend class to obtain his degree in chemical engineering. He received a lot of hate and criticism for skipping a media day when his first priority was to make sure he was able to get his degree in chemical engineering. And that's why I believe athletes should have a focus in that. But to conclude, I'd like to refer back to my main points on why college athletes shouldn't be paid. My main points again were athletes already receive big scholarships and stipends for going to college and playing. No other students are paid for extracurriculars unless it's athletics, or in some cases academics, but extracurriculars, no one else gets paid. It would cause a divide between bigger and smaller conferences and make it harder to recruit in smaller conferences big players that would make them competitive. And lastly, most athletes attend college to receive a degree for their future to better their life. I hope you have a greater understanding of why college athletes shouldn't be paid, and that's my persuasive speech.